Dragon, also known as Marcus Eichenberry in real life, and James Brown says, Marky, why aren't you playing UO anymore? There are many pirated servers where you can play pre-trammel. Would love to see more videos of the good old times in UO. Well, I have to say that you mentioned a really key word here, pirated. Come on, really? You know, I'm very against playing on pirated servers of any of these games. Now, I understand that Ultima Online has been a little bit more freer about this and has allowed people of fan-based communities to crop up around the game Ultima Online and to, basically run it themselves. And in fact, what's really interesting is that Shroud of the Avatar, which is Richard Garriott's latest adventure, they have the means within their system to allow you to actually make another copy of the game, but you would tailor it to yourself. So I don't think that they're giving all the mechanics of how the gameplay and everything, but they're giving a lot of the art assets and maybe the terrain and some other things like that, and allowing you to use it with Hero, so that you can make your own game. And then, like with NeoJack, the building of an MMO we're doing, that uses atavism, and that is a server technology that allows tens of thousands of players to play all simultaneously on the same world using Hero, the Hero engine. And what's really neat about that is that, what's interesting is that Shroud of the Avatar doesn't support tens of thousands. They're supporting maybe 100 in the same area, or I don't know what the exact number is, but it's a hell of a lot lower. It's not considered massive multiplayer. It's just considered multiplayer. And so it's kind of a different breed, but with the atavism server engine, you can get a lot more. And wouldn't it be interesting to see some of these assets of the original Ultima Online then used on something like atavism, where it could be to where you could have 100,000 people all playing in the same world at the same time. That would be pretty spectacular, because the limit before on the shards was really around 10,000 people at any given time. Now, as this pertains to Ultima Online and to actually doing doing other video things, or not video things, sorry. There's a pit bull over here that just recognized me. It's my neighbor's. I just want to make sure he's not going to run at me. He seems to be ignoring me. Good. Otherwise, you're going to see me pick up my camera and run. I ain't messing around with no pit bull. So, the Ultima Online, really I don't play it anymore because it's lost its charm for me. Now, the game is a work of art. The game is one of the wonders of the gaming world, and it is the kind of the foundation for what so many other MMOs were designed off of, and it was very pioneering. I loved the hell out of it, but I guess let me equate it to something like having a brand new car. And those of you who have owned a few new cars might know what I'm talking about. You buy a car and it's great, it's wonderful, you're having a really great time, you take a lot more trips in it and stuff, and it's just awesome. But then maybe 5 years later, you're saying, maybe it's about time I buy a new car, and maybe your car is working just fine, maybe it still runs just fine and everything, but the fact is that you want something new. You're ready for something new. You're getting bored of it. And so you get a new car, and then you're like, holy shit, this car's awesome, and you start it all over again. And it has new technology in it, so there's new stuff, like your cars now talk back to you, and they interface with your phones with Bluetooth, and you can even get Google Maps right in the dash. All that stuff, which 5 years ago we just barely had, and 10 years ago we didn't have it all. So it it's kind of the same thing, that eventually you get tired of it, and you get bored of it, and you move on. Ultima Online has not made enough changes over the years to keep people engaged. And that's another thing that we're working on with the, Let's Build an MMO. One of the things that I'm thinking about is, okay, so we're designing the game right now, and, how does that all work out and everything, and what makes it fun right now? But I'm also thinking several years ahead. What kind of road do we need to be on so that the game will still be interesting and exciting to new players and to the old players 3 years from now? It's something to think about. It's something that is, I think, a very important question. And Ultima Online held my attention for, I don't know, I would say it held my attention for about a year and a half, and then I was dumb. I got banned. And then I did some other things, and then I came back to it and played some more. And only one of my accounts got banned back then in the day, and then I played on and off, and I was at the 7-year mark. I was actually still active in the game. Now the game is 15 years old. Wow. It's still running, which is pretty amazing. It's not like it's glory days, but it is still running. And by the way, EA has come out with their next Ultima title, which is a milestone in itself. It's called Ultima Forever. I have a copy of it. I've had a copy of it for several weeks, and you know what? I just decided not to install it. I just decided not to try it out, and the game didn't look like it contained the same ethics and the same flavor as the other Ultimas, and for that reason I just decided not to, even though I could have been first to show it and everything. It just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I probably will get in there and do some sort of review of Ultima Forever, but the game looks a little too cutesy for me, and it doesn't have the depth that I'm looking for. So, but anyway, it's available on iTunes right now. It's going to be coming to Android and PC soon. I have a version that works on PC, and I actually have the box for it. Maybe I'll put that up on the shelf. I doubt that anybody's going to have a box for this, so that might be a one of a kind, which is kind of cool. But anyway, an Ultima made by anybody else other than Richard Garriott, also known as Lord British, it's just not really an Ultima, is it? Anyway, that's my thoughts on why I'm not playing Ultima Online. Thank you for the question. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.